a screen
Anyway,
right now. I think she just in the room, but she's
nah,
because right now they
I
doing outros.
ha, anyway, anyway. You the boss, you think that was live?
Do I think it was what?
Do you
That's
think it
not
was
live. It's
live?
from the other
That's
day.
not live.
It was
Oh, well then yeah,
yesterday.
my bad. I'm tripping.
Like,
I don't know what Sarah Connor was doing. Listen, I don't know, man.
what's
I'm
up,
not
Sarah
with it.
Connor?
Greedy, you agree with the Woty?
Hold on, wait, cause she clearly
Mm,
came back up, so I know you hear me.
oh, they officially announced it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, not even a little bit. I had coffee at number 8 on my list.
Yeah, that
Granted,
shit is
Yo.
I might have put her up a little higher, like
There
three
she
Sarah
go.
Connor, you
frames,
coming off
if
mute
I knew
after
how
I'm
they were
asking a
gonna judge the
question.
I
two
couldn't
round
hear you. My
battle. I
phone
didn't know
was.
how to judge that.
Somebody called my jack. I couldn't hear you. What happened?
Hold on, Greedy. I'm sorry. Yeah, like what's wrong with y'all? Like, I mean, I credit you and Rita, whatever, and the wing lady, whatever. Y'all dig it, but like them bitches was up there giving personal, like,
Yeah,
opinions
the
about
way.
I need to take y'all emotional attachments to these battlers out of it.
Well, I ain't get emotional about shit. I thought we was just giving them
Now I
accolades
said
based on
not
like.
you.
Nah. I feel you. I was just answering you, sis.
Bitches
Um,
is talking about, yeah, my girl such and
it
such, and
was
my girl such and such. First of
it
all,
was my
I don't give
first.
a fuck about it because I told them to keep me out they Woody conversation. I don't know why my name keep being brought up.
So I
How the
wasn't.
fuck you credit a bitch
Nah,
for
they said that
being
though. They said that they was like that. You and Yoshi said y'all didn't want to be in the conversation. They said that early.
so? But I was all through that conversation. My thing is this though, right? When I say keep my name out of it, I don't want my name in it. Period. Now,
I feel
my
you.
thing is this, right? How do you credit a bitch for being having a headline a guys event when she didn't do that? I did that.
Right. There was a lot of so. All right. So can I speak now? Can I speak for
Go
my
ahead.
good looking sis? So this was the first time I ever did Woody. I wasn't sure how it was going. I was actually trying to just get the feel of everything. Them they've been there. Like I think they did it last year too. So they kind of like been there. So I thought that was just how they, that's how they do things. I was just trying to fill the room. Um, for me, I was very confused because I was just like, okay, I'm looking at a paper that specifies why and what's right. But then I'm like, let me do some research. Let me see who really had like fire, fire situations. I was looking.
Right.
But when I don't know, they started going back and forth. I was like, maybe this is what they do on the show. I ain't never done champion. I don't, if it ain't my show, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't stepping on no
Right.
toes. It ain't like
Mm.
we're in spaces. I ain't trying to, whatever. So I'm just like trying to pay attention to the temperature of the room. And but I understand what you're saying because for me, I was just like, all right, but what are we saying? Are we basing this off of your personal top tens or
Right.
the top 10? Because when they finally said the fan top 10, I was like, see, my shit kind of like almost matched they shit. So my Wody was C3. So, and I
For
say that.
sure, C3.
My Wody was C3. So I don't know if you noticed, but I stopped. I don't know if y'all picked it up. I stopped talking for the rest of the shit. Like, because I realized for me, and it's not slating everybody, but it's like if we gonna start having conversation, nitpicking and doing all that shit, it's like let's have valid ones. I feel like some of the conversations didn't have to be so nitpicky. At the same time, me seeing Tata there, I was just like, yo, Tata about to read somebody. I know she about to go ham. I'm not even gonna say that. This Tata trying to shine on some people, right? Whole time I'm sitting there though, I'm like, wait, but how y'all put it? Wait, what? Like, so then that's what for me, I was like, listen, whoever I say on my end, don't take it personal. It's not an emotional attachment, it's for the sake of this shit. Like, it don't mean I don't
And
love you.
another thing,
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
Because, like I said, sis, right? I said I wanted to be out of the Woody conversation, right? But
Yeah,
I
and I reminded that, but that's the funny part. I said it like I think it was me, Tata, and I forgot who I said like 3 times.
right, exactly. So since I kept being brought up, right?
Right.
They said Shorty versus T Top was performance of the night. No, it wasn't. It was me and Verb. I got the bitches they first win on that fucking event. She lost. Like, so what are we talking
Yo,
about?
no.
Y'all wanna keep bringing me up, bring up facts. I told y'all bitches keep my name out y'all mouth in that Woty conversation. Cause clearly I felt like last year I didn't do nothing.
And it's funny because you can hear us, you can hear different people say it. Like she don't want to be in a conversation. We said it for Yoshi too, because they was like, "Oh, how Yoshi on the, not on the list?" And it was like Yoshi made it very clear as well as Hustle making it very clear they don't want to be in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I
Yeah,
felt
but
like,
kept having to say, oh, but
right,
hustle. Like, bitch, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all giving a whole, y'all giving this whole credit for a battle that wasn't even finished. A battle that they got me losing 3-0 and I only spit 2 rounds. Are we still going off the votes?
right. And then there was moments where it had to be like dude had to say it, and everybody had to kind of like, let's stick to 2021, because I also saw that we were going into like what just happened, what happened before, you know what I mean? So it was like, yo, we sticking to 2021, or we gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying, the new shit. Like, it was, I can see, first of all, to be honest with you, that shit ain't easy to do. I'm gonna keep it a grip with y'all. Any one of us could have been on that stage and this would happen. We be in this room. You know what I'm saying? So I know
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their opinions, but it don't matter who the fuck you thought should have won. You be up in this motherfucker and they tell you to, yo, you bugging. So
Right.
please don't get yourself pumped up to try to talk to me about no Woty panels that you didn't donate to or
Mm-hmm.
wasn't working for. But
Mm-hmm.
Hustle can say something because she's a part of it, because her name was definitely mentioned, and because of the fact that it was,
After asked to
yeah,
not be,
after
I
you
asked
act right.
not to
I
be
feel you.
mentioned.
Right. So I feel where you're coming from as far as that's concerned. As far as the girls mentioning you or whatever, I can't speak for them, sis. I could only speak I could only speak for me. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that I was glad to be a part of it. I know what needs to be improved now that I can watch it, now that I was a part of it and watched it and seen it, seeing how it translate and everything. Now,
Take them bitches off and put bullshit Rain on there. She's very knowledgeable about female battle rap. Period.
no,
Posture than
I
would
and
be great on the panel.
I definitely agree with that. But I'm gonna say some shit to that too. I love my sis Rain, but I would have liked to hear the congratulations before the this included when, and I don't think it was an exclusion as much
Mm-hmm.
as it may have been something different. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was an exclusion, but it would have been good to get a congratulations from my sister. You dig?
No, I
Like,
get that, right? I totally get that. That's
right.
a y'all thing, right? That's a
Yeah,
y'all,
nah, but it was public. It was one of those. It could have been a congratulations to the whole panel. If y'all going nitpick, we gonna
Nah,
keep
it's
it a
not
buck, cause you know
congratulations
I'm
to the
gonna
whole
keep
panel.
it a
Cause
buck.
listen, if we nitpicking, right? A lot
I
of
know
them
I'm gonna keep
bitches.
it a buck. I want to hear everybody tell me congratulations, like
Nah,
y'all ain't
listen,
know yet.
listen,
You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
sis,
Like,
listen. My thing is this, right? If we nitpicking that shit, right? Like, I can guarantee 3 of them bitches on that panel don't like me, right? 3 of them bitches on that panel don't like certain battle rappers, right? They took their personal feelings for battle rappers and was putting it inside of the opinions or whatever they was doing. You have to be unbiased. You have to play an impartial role when you doing shit like that.
that's true too. I ain't saying I don't agree with you. I'm just saying, why can't a bitch tell me congratulations before she was bitching first?
I mean, y'all gotta talk
That's what
about
I'm
that.
talking about.
Y'all
That's
got,
what I'm saying. That's where I
y'all
was
gotta
coming
talk about
from.
that. My thing is
But
this:
I
y'all
feel
hoes
what
don't
you
like me
saying.
for personal reasons. You feel what I'm saying? And I
I
asked to
feel you.
be, I asked not to be mentioned in Woty. You get what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Because not because of, oh, I have personal issues with people. Because myself, I felt like I didn't do enough last year to even be mentioned in a
I
conversation.
feel what you mean, and that's some honest shit, and I can appreciate that honesty. The fact that you said it, because also Yoshi had mentioned the same thing, and I think a few people needed to remember that about themselves as well before getting upset. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you 110%. I really do think if you know who to speak to with the powers that be on that end. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, but I do agree with you 100%. I ain't even debating with you, sis. I agree with you. It I feel like at the end of the day, if it feels that way, I think you as battlers reserve the right also to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Can you keep this, and this person and give your feedback? I think that's an excellent idea, because that's the only way it's going to get better throughout the years. Because remember, we ain't have a Woody before. So it's still fairly new. You know what I'm saying?
I
So it's
get
gonna
it.
still have, yeah, it's still fairly new. So it's still gonna have its little kinks in it. You know
Nah,
what I'm
but
saying?
they gotta start. Listen, okay, so I've been in this culture for forever, right?
Right.
You gotta do, like I said, Boss Chick Rain and people like that. Females that are knowledgeable of battle rap, not like battle rappers' girlfriends and motherfucking fan blogger. Like, we not doing that. Like, what about bitches that know female battle rap? Period. It has no
Right, right,
bias
right.
with nothing.
I checked out at some point. I'm gonna keep it a grip with you.
Like,
But
that
I
shit is
agree, and
crazy.
I feel like next year, um, Rain should be on the panel.
Sure.
I feel like certain members should be rotated and some should just remain. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like, okay, I agree with giving everybody a voice and a chance, but I do agree with we have to be a little bit selective to make sure that it isn't like a personal shot or it doesn't feel like that because you shouldn't feel that way. And you
Who?
So
shouldn't
Sarah,
ever
here's
feel
my
that way.
thing. Yeah, I feel like y'all gave. When I say y'all, I don't mean you
Yeah,
directly,
no, I
but
got you. I got you, baby.
yeah, but y'all gave Coffee a lot of credit for that T Top win. So she beat T Top. Okay, that's fine. But if we do all of this, the women are just as good as the men, and they want to be treated equal, and this, that, and the other. I feel like
Right.
C3's win over Woty
Yes.
should have
Facts.
Yes.
counted
That's what
more
but did
than
you
her.
see? Did you see when I said that? Did you
Mm-hmm.
see
That's
when
what
I
I'm
was like,
saying.
but
That didn't
hold
make
up?
sense.
Like, that's why I was like, but why y'all not adding that up? Like, I was like, how we not
Right.
taking C3 and adding that joint up against it? Like, man, listen, like
It
that,
gotta make sense. It's no
right?
way that you beating the face of female battle rap versus just one of the guys on the
And that's
one of
why
the.
I don't. Who was it? I don't know who said it. Not to cut you off, sis. I'm sorry, but I'm
You
excited because
okay?
somebody. So we was. So I forgot who said it. When who the fuck said it? When they were like somebody. Oh, what was it? Was it dude? Somebody said it, and it's basically like for me, why I had C3 as Woty was because I didn't see not one time that she lost. Not one time was I not screaming at the screen when she said something crazy. Not one time. This, like from 2021, I look forward to her battle. Same thing with Prestavia, which is why those were really like, not saying that I was trying to be like biased towards a Prestavia or a C3 or whatever. But for me, those were the ones I wasn't gonna budge on. And my issue is if we're gonna put somebody in these numbers, we shouldn't be reneging. We shouldn't be going back. You know what I'm saying? Taking somebody off because that shit bugged me out when they took Shuni off. I was like, whoa, y'all wildin'. But
Right.
at, you get what I'm saying? I was trying to understand this ain't my, you know what I mean? Like this ain't my thing. I can't go tell people, you know what I'm saying? Let me, see how this rocks. Maybe little later I'll talk to, the bro and the sis and see if we can make the correct improvements that needs to be made. But I agree
Yeah,
with
it was
you.
a lot of weird stuff that was happening. Even down towards the bottom, it's no way that Gaddis had a better year than Yoshi. I just don't see it. I don't believe it,
And I
especially
originally
ending on
had
the type
Yoshi
of
on my
body that she
list.
left on. No disrespect to Gaddis, but she got bodied. So it's no way
Right.
that ending on the note that she
And
ended
look,
on
that body
that
was
she had
so,
a better year
not
than
to cut you
Yoshi.
off, that body was so crazy, it gave Jazz mad awards tonight.
That's what I'm saying. So how does she have a better year than Yoshi or E Hart? Like they shouldn't even be comfortable. Like
But
I don't
Yoshi
know. It
didn't
was
want to
just
be on the
weird.
list. That's what it was.
But
Nah,
who said
but
that?
Yoshi
nah.
didn't want to be there.
Yoshi tweets say different though.
But
Right.
that's the thing, sis. Come on. I love Yoshi, but she got to
Well,
make up her
yeah,
mind.
we
You know
can't
what I
even.
mean?
Yeah, let's not even do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you right.
you
You right.
can't keep tap dancing. Then as soon as the day come, you like, I should have been a part of the conversation.
Right,
Like,
right, right. But my thing is this:
you
why
get,
40?
you get what
Now,
I'm saying? Like,
mind you,
I
I
Yo,
love
have no
sister.
dog. I have no dog in this fight, right? But I'm all about being fair and being real. Why 40 was ranked so low?
Number 5. That's crazy.
First of all, when they had that number 6, you tell me I wasn't having it. And then I seen everybody react like I wasn't having it over some shit like she's gonna be lower. Like, nah, I wasn't having it because she was supposed to be higher. For me, when it and you heard me say this, hustle.
Mm-hmm.
For me, you her heart. Y'all just don't belong on no list. Y'all legendary. Y'all with the fucking, loaded
Right.
luxuries and murder mooks and that's how I place y'all.
That's why that hoe
You
kept mentioning me because it was like, oh no, but hustle, she better hustle, keep that bitch name out. Yep.
Yo, you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? While I was sitting there, right? I was laughing because I know you, son. I know you, and I just kept saying to her, I was like, yo, when this shit ends, she gonna lose her shit.
And that's the other
Word.
thing y'all was giving Coffee too much credit for. They kept saying, well, she was the female main event on an all male card. If she had
Cause
been
of me.
battling any other female, that would not have been the case.
She was upset
Real.
So
at me
do
because I
she get
had
that
her.
credit or do Hustle get that credit?
She was upset at me because I had her ranked lower.
Man, Hustle body verb, man.
So
I ain't even know
everybody got
Hustle.
And
upset.
got
I
the
ain't
Hey,
even,
hey,
first
hey.
and got the first win of that fucking
yo, Hustle body
card.
verb. I ain't even know Hustle name. I ain't even know
And you
Hustle didn't
sat
want.
verb
Oh,
down.
I didn't even
Listen,
know.
Facts.
listen.
That's
What
a
are
Let's
we
talk
talking
fact.
about
about?
no.
Hold
She
Now
on,
That's
let
a
me
that's
say
fact.
something
down.
real quick.
she
I
lost
didn't
in
even,
caffeine votes. What are we talking about?
I ain't even know Hustle didn't want her name mentioned. I'm like, yo, she body verb. They saying how Kofi body T top. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, Hustle would get the same. You know what I'm saying? And Hustle bars versus Kofi was way better than me.
Hello?
I feel like they voted Kofi on the ad because they probably didn't like Hustle behavior, but it wasn't because of the
Cause
bars.
they don't like me, period.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't discrediting Kofi, but
But
I'm just
also,
saying
they
like
had her
if
on
y'all
the
gonna
app.
say if
They
y'all
I
had
gonna
just
her
told
say
her.
3-0 in
The
me and we
app.
only spent 2 rounds.
They were telling us in the room that the app also plays a part of the decision.
That's ridiculous.
So if on the app
yeah,
you may
man.
be winning,
So
even
y'all
though
got
Okay,
categories. So
so
do some categories hold more weight?
I'm sorry,
Hmm?
baby, I didn't hear
that's what
you.
I'm saying.
You
Like
hear me?
this
I
bitch.
can hear
So
you. You sound a
look.
little
They
low.
So
said
y'all
blood
have
cousins, right?
categories.
Yeah, you hella far away, babe.
They said, hold on. They
Oh,
said that
my
they
bad.
not counting the 2-on-2. Why the fuck you not counting the 2-on-2 as a loss to C3?
And
But
for
they
me,
Facts.
counted
That
when
was
that's
they
our
did
body. I
one
was
vote.
in the fucking building. That was
so
a good
me
ass
when it comes
lawsuit.
to a Woody or something like that, everything should count. Everything should count. But
Like for
yeah,
sure.
that's how I
Because there's
feel.
so little work to go by.
Yeah, it's still your body of work. It doesn't matter if you spend
So
four
do
For
bars or
some
ten.
real.
categories hold more
Right.
weight?
Word.
So
Hello?
what happened, baby? I'm
What you
sorry,
say,
I can
babe?
hear
We
you.
can't really hear
I'm
you.
sorry, I can hear you.
You still can't hear
Now
me?
I can hear you now,
We
mamas.
can
Go
hear you.
ahead.
All right. So do some categories hold more weight than others?
Now when I
Because
was
I don't
sitting
know
there, cause
how y'all criteria is.
so like I said, it was my first time there, so I was really just trying to get the feel of everything. But they have it so that it's like, your scheduling, your impact, the creativity, the normal shit that you would probably judge a battle for. Um, but it became confusing to me because it felt like I said, it felt
Brett, you
like
good?
I'm new to it, so I don't know how exactly it's supposed to go. You get what I'm saying? But it felt like it was free balling at some point where I was
Well, that's
like,
the thing. It's new. Like it's only the second year, so you're only one session removed from the very beginning of it. So I feel
right,
like
so it
everybody
has
was
room
free
for
time.
improvement. It definitely
Yeah,
has room
I
for
was just being
improvement. And it
fair.
also has room for
It got
people
room
to,
to get them bitches out of here and get some new people on it.
I just I
Like,
made I don't- and I wouldn't say I made the mistake of it, but for lack of a better phrase, I made the mistake of holding my Woty list to the Cody criteria, and it's not the same criteria, and they don't value everything the same. I don't think the champion of the year panel would have valued an unfinished battle very high.
right.
Nor do I think they would have completely, because 2-on-2s and one rounders don't hold much weight for champion of the year. But if you have like an all-time round and or like you get smoked, that matters. And they got smoked by C3 and Beretta Blaze. Like
right,
they got smoked by them. And caution was a dope win, and I think that was a clear win for her. But overall, that was, I think, a dope battle, not
Sure,
necessarily
I think
anything to
that was
write home
debatable,
about.
honestly.
It I know a good amount of people gave Caution the battle, but overall my point, that's not like a crazy, that doesn't compare to a Shoonie battle on Caffeine. That doesn't compare to a main event versus
Mm.
C3. That doesn't compare to being the only females on a volume card. It just
Mm.
doesn't.
Shoney should have been on
And
that
then when
list,
you
period.
yeah, when you get away from that, it's like all you really have to hang on is the T top battle, and I feel like all the other women in the top five conversation have something like that T top battle. Was it a great performance to me? Yes, one of the best all year, and I thought it was like a top 20 battle all year. But I mean, like when you look at Casey, she's got 2 of the 3 top female battles of the year. She's got the only judged win. She's got 2 of them, and they're both on URL. You look at Vixen, she's got one of the battles of the year. She's got 3 top tier females on her resume and 2 mid to top tier males on her resume too. When you look at 40 bars, what she did versus Casey is more impressive to me than that coffee and tea top shit. When I go to C3, same thing. She's got a main event with Vixen, and then she's got like 8 battles going down the list, and she really didn't lose a whole battle this year. So I don't understand how Coffee got it, but I don't want to sound like a hater. Like big
Talk your
congratulations to that
shit,
queen.
Greedy. Talk your shit.
Yeah, they get real
But
upset. Like I had her, like I said, I had her lower, not because she was whack or whatever the case may be. I just felt like there were certain people. Like I had her lower because I'm gonna be real with you. There was a point where I had her lower and Yoshi higher, right? Then when I started doing all my research, I had her a little higher, not as low, but it was still not the winner because I still, when I was over and done with everything, it was like, damn, C3 was just so crazy this year. And it just felt like, damn, I know people are going to take it personal. Like, it's certain people that take things personal that I know how to speak to and talk to. Like I know me and Hustle could talk because we're both emotional creatures. We both pop off first, right? But we understand each other. Like I know
Right.
she get me, I get her because we crazy. So you know what I'm saying? Like certain shit
No,
like that. And it was funny because I did mention you because they was like, I forgot what they said, and I muttered it. I was like, Hustle. Like I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
muttered it because they said, son, they was like, oh, who did what was it? It was like, who did such and such battle? Boom, boom, boom. And they said Verb, and I was like, Hustle.
Right.
But I see what y'all talk about now because I see Yoshi talk about whoever told me that was a lie. And it was just kind of like, bro, I love you. I'm
now,
not even
now,
going to argue.
Now here's the thing, and I will
Wow.
say this in Coffee's defense based off of like how they judge everything, but I'll say for me this is an overall bad takeaway. So now they harped a lot on Vixen's loss to Loso, right? And they even said like she got bodied by Loso. But I feel like any female who had that level of competition versus a male that was in that conversation has the same thing. I feel like First Lady Flames lost to JC just as bad, if not, in my opinion, worse. I feel like Casey J lost just as bad, if not, in my opinion, worse to Geechee Gotti. So I don't know,
See, and
but for
I agree
in
with you on
Coffee's
that.
defense
I
though,
agree with you on that.
but in Coffee's defense, when she had a top tier male, she got a clear win. The only other person who could say they did that was Hustle, who wasn't in the conversation. So when you loop back to that, my overall bad takeaway from it is like how much stock are we putting on them battling males, and why is it like beating a top tier male like trumps everything else in a female
Right.
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah.
Which is
Exactly,
why
because the
Flame should have been
C3 beating
higher.
Woty should have been higher. If they want to say C3 beat Woty, I actually had Vix. I edged that battle to Vixen. But if they're going to give it to C3, I understand it because it was debatable. But beating Woty, the face of female, quote unquote, beating the female champion of the year should be the equivalent to beating Geechee Gotti on the male side. So why was they ranking T Top above that? Because Geechee, I don't know. I ain't like the way they did
Well, and
that. I
here's my
don't think.
thing. T Top wasn't in the Cody conversation. He wasn't at the top of that or anything. And
Right.
I'll give you Lady Caution was number 10 on the Wody list, but Vixen's got 2 top 5
Excuse me.
Wodys on her
Bless you.
resume. She's
But
got Casey and C3 are both top 5. In my opinion, they were both top 3. And then you got Loso on your resume. He was top 10 for champion of the year too. And then you got Shuni, that's a top tier female. Emerson
Hello?
Kennedy, that's a URL mainstay. Emerson Kennedy's not top tier or anything, but he's one of them guys over at URL. So all of that, I don't know. The resumes don't compare to me, and like I get the win loss, but I don't know. You can say Coffee had better performances, but the impact, it's not close. The schedule, it's not close. Like all that shit's not close.
Talk
and if
about
we go even when it comes to caution, no disrespect to caution, but caution number 10, Yoshi didn't make the list at all, but Yoshi body caution. That don't even make sense to me. Yoshi should have been on that list. Like it's just a lot of things that should have been different. Yoshi should have been on that list though.
Yeah, but Yoshi also got to start making herself clear. She got to stop, even when it comes to battles. Like, I love her to death and everything, but she got to make herself clear. You know what I mean? Because one moment is, I don't care about that. I don't want to be a part of it. I shouldn't be a part of it. Then is, I was. And then everybody sits there like, oh, she shouldn't have been. I'm not saying she shouldn't have. Had she made it very clear that she was okay with the whole Woty situation, I think we wouldn't have this conversation. Because
Okay.
I knew going in who didn't want to get mentioned. So why
So
would I
here's
know
my
going in who
That
wouldn't want to
makes
get
sense
mentioned? You
though.
know what
That
I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
Like,
Yeah, I respect
yeah.
my
that.
question is, if Yoshi's on the list, does she get past like 9 or 10, or does she like was she really in the mix?
Well, just for the record, everybody has the resumes. So there's a list of who battled what when, and it was wins or
Yeah.
losses or whatever.
Well, no,
So
I know her resume. She had the body of the year versus Caution, but her other two battles were her getting bodied by drugs and her taking like a consensus loss to Chrissy.
Okay, but based
What
a
off
about
of
Bill
her
consensus
Collector?
saying
Was
loss,
she
Bill
wasn't
Collector
in
massive
the
last
loss.
year?
pan,
Bill Collector was in 2020.
Oh, okay.
but
What do
they're
you
saying
what
if you went against a man anyway, it's the fact that you battled a man, so the loss meant more. Like that's what they were saying on the panel.
But
Yeah, and it
Yoshi
shouldn't
got
it shouldn't
bodied
it
by
shouldn't mean
drugs.
No,
more.
I
It
know,
shouldn't
but I'm
mean
just
more.
saying.
Because
No, I'm
if
saying like
everybody's
agreeing with you.
if everybody's equal and y'all saying like the women are on the level of the men, which I believe they are, like we shouldn't be judging it like, oh, she beat that dude right there, so it's higher. Like it should be all
Right.
equal at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel
I
like a
also feel
top
like
tier
not just
male
with
should
this
be weighed as
panel,
a top tier female.
Yeah, facts.
but I feel like not just with this panel, just in general, like if you're in a situation where you're having to, like I already said, like critique a body of work, all emotional attachments to any battler should be out the window. Like period. Like if you hate them, cool. If you love them, cool. But all that shit needs to go out the window, seriously, because it's not fair.
I agree 110%. Like if I say like, see, but damn, I can't even use Hustle as an example because she knows me now. So it's not like if I be like, oh, I feel like Hustle could have did better in this round or whatever. Hustle gonna know automatically. I know what sis mean, but somebody else might be like, nah, she trying to play me, or she trying to play me, or whatever the case may be.
Mm.
Or it's vice versa. If I know I'm judging something and I may like, let's say vegan, you a female battler, and I may know me and you may not be. See, with me, I know how to judge things unbiasedly, and I've been
Right.
judges against people that dislike me. Just because you dislike me doesn't mean I'm taking away from your talent. You know what I'm saying? You could be
Right.
extremely talented. I'm gonna base it off that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
what you're saying is absolutely correct. Like people need to learn this certain unbiasedness and not bring that personal issue into anything. And that helps because that's the only way we're gonna be able to
How
get
we solve
clear
this is get
who
them
wins
hosts off
what.
the panel. That's
Preach,
that.
Sarah.
Yeah, right. We have to take away that emotion. We do
Maybe we see as women of the year, but maybe it doesn't have to be all women on the panel just because it's women of the
Exactly.
year.
Get
Maybe we
some
can mix
men.
it up. Maybe they can mix
Nah,
it up and
definitely. That was spoken about too. They do. The one thing I want y'all to know, like, it may not be my panel,
Take
it's not my
CC
shit.